Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Wild Health Field here in Lexington, Kentucky. Today we have two teams going to go head-to-head for the second time in the three-game series. It's the Staten Island FerryHawks visiting the Wild Health Genomes here at Wild Health Field. I'm Tom Gross. Glad you're with us. Good to be here this afternoon on a beautiful day for baseball. You couldn't ask for anything nicer. Our temperature's in the 70s right now, just very, very comfortable. And we've got a mild wind blowing in from center field today. And beautiful sunshine, a few clouds here and there, but nothing that's going to affect this ball game today. So perfect day for baseball. If you're close and can get out here, come on out. Plenty of seats available. And you'll get to see a great matchup here today. For the Wild Health Genomes, they're going to send Ryan Kellogg to the mound in today's contest. Kellogg, thus far on the year, has pitched in 15 games. 11 of them he started, so this will be his 12th start of the season. He's got a 5-4 record on the year with a 5.51 ERA. Hasn't saved any games. He's pitched in 65.1 innings on the year. He's allowed a total of 12 walks, which is fabulous, and 56 strikeouts. So he can throw the ball in there. 55 runs, only 39 of those are earned. So great job there by Kellogg. He'll have Rye catching behind the plate. First pitch in there to Antoni Duplantis, the left fielder for the FerryHawks, is ball one. Here's the pitch. That's lifted foul and out of play, and that'll even the count up 1-1 strike. Shaw's over at first base, Becker at second. Melbauer is at shortstop, Johns is at third. There's a shot down the right field line, foul. Takes a bounce and then will go off the wall. Paredes is in right field, Perez in center, and PA is out in left field for the Genomes. So number 18, Antoni Duplantis, batting from the left side, a 202 hitter. Let me change that, 292 hitter with 7 home runs and 29 RBIs. This pitch hit into the netting over near the home team dugout. Staten Island got those grays on today, like that. The old road jersey, the old road pants, the pitch. That's laced foul and out of play over on the left side. I had left the game a few weeks ago, and I noticed somebody walking the tree line outside that parking lot over there, and they were picking up baseballs. Quite a few go that way. So Duplantis steps back in. Kellogg, the pitch, stays upstairs, and the count now 2-2 strikes. Here's the ball. That's hit left, out of play. Actually landed in play, but then bounced out of play. Nice hustle over there by Johns trying to get to that baseball. We got a guy down there. He has his nets with him. So he's ready to go. He's ready to come home with some souvenirs from this one. The pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. And he didn't like it, but Duplantis is going to go down swinging. First strikeout for Ryan Kellogg. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Joseph Monhay, number 20, will step in. Monhay, 216 batter on the year, 2 home runs, 22 RBIs, fouls this one out of play, right side. Can't get over the weather today. Just fantastic. Perfect baseball weather today. Everybody looks comfortable on the field and in the stands today. That pitch took a little off of that, 68 mile an hour, and it was outside. Tried to throw a breaking ball in there, the pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. That was 86 miles per hour, and was trying to set that fastball up on that pitch before. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Little high. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Pitch, that's in there, called strike 3. So a swinging strikeout and then a strikeout looking for the second strikeout of the inning for Kellogg. 2 down, and that'll bring up Dilson Herrera, the second baseman, number 11. Here's the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. So Mohey strikes out looking, Duplantis strikes out swinging, and Herrera in there now. He's ahead on the pitch count. 2 balls, no strikes. Ryan Kellogg. Fastball, that's lifted foul and out of play to the right side. Herrera, a .244 hitter on the season, 3 home runs, 35 RBIs. Here's one lifted up on the roof. And a new stash of baseballs comes in. Fouling quite a few off here in top of the inning. The pitch. That's hit right back up the middle. Can't get to it. Base hit for Herrera. He's going to go to second, and he'll stretch it for 2, and he points back to his first base coach who had him going all the way, so credit him with a double. He earned it. So a double by Herrera with 2 out, and that'll bring up Rusney Castillo, the third baseman. Where's number 9? Rusney, a .306 hitter on the year. 6 home runs, 45 RBIs. Herrera, little bit of a lead off second. Becker shading him over that way a little bit. And the pitch. That's lifted foul, out of play on the right side. That ball, Becker fairly close to it, the base hit that turned into a double. The pitch. That's hit in the air high, but camping out underneath it out there is the center fielder, Perez, and he'll hustle in with a basket catch, and that retires the side on the fly out to 8. So in the inning, there were no runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Staten Island, nothing, and the Wild Health Genomes coming to bat. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We head to the bottom of the first inning, and it'll be the Genomes' chance to come up and see what they've got on offense. They've got a tall order ahead of them here as they're going to face the ace of the Staten Island pitching staff. It's going to be Matt Salter coming in, 29-year-old, is going to make his 21st start of the season. He's third in ERA in the Atlantic League with a 3.79 mark. His record is 5-8 on the year. He's allowed 62 runs, only 50 of those earned. He's given up 11 home runs, walked 41, and he struck out 77 in the 118 and 2/3 innings that he has pitched. So he is it as far as the FerryHawks are concerned this season, and they're hoping that he'll be able to bring them a victory here this afternoon. Luke Becker to lead things off for the Genomes. The second baseman takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Becker, a left-handed hitter, wears number 9. He's got 18 home runs, 75 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch, and that just misses outside. The count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Becker, and that's fouled down the left side, out of play. Becker, his 380th at-bat on the year, his 99th game for the Wild Health Genomes this season. The pitch, swing and a miss, and he got him. So the bottom of the first starts like the top of the first, with Luke Becker going down on strikes and Salter's first strikeout of the game. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 34, Chris Shaw. Chris, a .265 hitter on the season with 15 home runs, 56 RBIs. Salter, the pitch. That's in there for a strike outside part of the plate. Shaw has 16 doubles on the year. He's got the 15 home runs, 54 RBIs. He's walked 75 times as well. Ground ball right side. Up with it, Herrera over to first, and there's 2 down. So Shaw with a ground out 4-3, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 8, Chris Davis. Got to go down the list a little bit to get to his name on the stat roster. Davis, a .308 batter and a .677 slugging percentage. Batting in the 3 spot. First pitch in there for a strike. Letter high fastball inside part of the plate. Davis 5 doubles, a triple, 14 home runs, 35 RBIs. He's walked 14 times, and he struck out 33. He's been hit by a pitcher 6 times this year. Credited with 1 sacrifice fly. Hasn't stolen a base yet this year. Scored 27 runs. He's got 41 hits on the season. Total of 37 games coming in, so he's at his 38th game of the year. The pitch, that's just kind of tapped out towards center field. Monhay is going to be able to camp under it, haul it in, and that retires the side. 1-2-3 inning on the fly out to 8 for Davis. In the inning, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. To the top of the second we go. No score at Wild Health Field. We are back and ready to go here, top of the second inning, and the FerryHawks will come to the plate here to face Ryan Kellogg, who had a very fine first inning of work. His first pitch is laced into right field, a base hit. Over to cut it off is Paredes, and he'll fire it back to the infield. I think the outfielders will be a little quicker after that double by Herrera. Justin O'Connor, who's a pitcher, has moved into catcher position, and he's having a heck of a season offensively now since they installed him in the ball game. So O'Connor with a leadoff single to get things going here in the second. Chris Cespedes, the first baseman, will step in now. 211 hitter on the year. Waved at that one, but did he go around? They say no. He's got a home run, 9 RBIs on the season. Here's a throw over to first base. And quickly a double play. Right back to the pitcher. All he had to do was throw it to first, and so that would be on the put out 1-3 on the O'Connor, and then Cespedes, same 1-3. Line out to the pitcher, and that would be the first out, and then the second out would be the throw from the pitcher over to first base. So 2 down, and Mario Batista, the second baseman, number 38, steps in. No balls, 2 strikes quickly from Kellogg. So a great play by Kellogg there, able to play some defense on that line shot and grabbed it, and then he strikes out Batista, swinging his third strikeout of the game in the inning. No runs. There was 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. No score here at Wild Health Field. All right, we're back, ready to go. Bottom of the second inning, and the Genomes will come to the plate here and try to put something on the board. Thus far, pitchers duel, which we kind of figured would happen, as Salter is one of the leading pitchers in the league this season. Big right-hander. Good look at him there from the center field camera. Glad to have that back. Got some repairs done, and we're good to go now. And the first pitch, that's in there for a strike. That gives you a very realistic look at balls and strikes here at Wild Health Field. And there's a good close-up of Salter. Swing, miss. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Jimmy Paredes, the right fielder, number 25, a 279 hitter. 14 home runs, 53 RBIs, takes this one up high for a ball. Salter trying to get him to go fishing for a high one on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 pitch. That's lifted high in the air to left field. Long run. Did he get there? He did. Great play out there by Duplantis. I mean, he was on a dead sprint and just had enough room to get there to make the play. So one down as Paredes lines out to left field. Felix P.A. will step in, number 12, the left fielder. Left-handed hitter, 251 batting average, 9 home runs on the season with 33 RBIs. Salter not throwing a lot of pitches, neither is Kellogg. Kellogg had a 5-pitch inning last inning. There's a foul tip caught by the catcher. O'Connor able to hang on to it. Salter has thrown, that was his 16th pitch, and that's lifted into center field. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. So PA will start the hit parade for the Wild Health Genomes with the first hit of the game. He's at first base, and Austin Ray, the catcher now, will step in. Austin, number 16. Right-handed hitter, 251 average on the year, 9 home runs and 33 RBIs. Got a big group down at the Mattress Overstock Ranch for today's game. That pitch misses outside. Got many setting out in the seats there in front, and then that many more back in the actual covered area down there. Great place to bring a large group here. Wild Health Field. You got the Pepsi party deck. Oh, bad hop off the base, and coming around to third base, and he's going to make it no problem. Sliding into second safe is Rye. So Rye with a double off the third base bag, and it's second and third with just one out now for the Genomes. Second, it's a double. That ball hit on the line, right on the bag, and a nice job there by Castillo over covering. Looked like he was going to make the play on it, and the ball hit the bag and bounced back behind him over his head out into left field, and that gave some running room there for PA, and he turned on the Jets. So here we go. That's slapped foul down the right side, and almost got one of the players that's standing there having a soft drink, it looks like. He's going to go back down in the dugout now and finish his drink. He about lost it there. No ball, 1 strike pitch. That's fouled off into the netting. So PA is at third base. Rye is at second base. Yuri Perez, the center fielder, steps in, and it looks like he's wearing the 00 today. The pitch. That's hit right back up the middle. Broken bat single. Going to score at least 1 run, and they're going to throw to the plate, but not near close. And a 2-run single by Yuri Perez, and the Genomes on top 2-0. Brings the crowd to life. I mean to tell you, that bat splintered, and that's Sunday we saw that happen a couple of times, and once already here this afternoon. But the positive thing is the Genomes are on top here 2-0 with a runner on first base and 1 out. Gavin Johns, the third baseman, will step in now. and face Matt Salter. You'll wonder what that ball would have done had the bat not shattered. But as it turned out, it was hit right back up the middle over the head of Salter and then out into center field. And PA was directing traffic for Rye, telling him to come on in as they rounded third and headed for home. 281 hitter is Johns. There's a rip right at the third baseman, and they can't double him off. The ball got there, but Cespedes unable to hang on to it. So fortunately for the Genomes, Perez will be at first base. Johns on the line out to 5 will be the second out of the inning. And Clayton Melbauer, the 9-hitter, shortstop, number 3, will step in. Salter, the pitch. Swing and a miss by Melbauer. So Salter now racking up some pitches here in this inning as 2 runs have come across. 3 hits thus far in the game for the Genomes. That ball misses outside. O'Connor had that right arm cocked and ready to fire, but decided against it. Going to throw behind the runner at first base. Melbauer, 216 hitter. The pitch, that's bounced right back to the pitcher. Salter will take his time, throw to first, and that'll retire the side on the ground out 1-3. But in the inning for the Genomes, they pick up a couple of runs on 3 hits. There was 1 runner left on base. We head to the top of the third inning with the score of the Wild Health Genomes 2, the FerryHawks nothing. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We're ready to go into the third inning here. Been at it 30 minutes, and we're almost a third of the way in here. That's good. 235 batting average. Ball bounced to the third baseman. Johns up with it. Dials the strike. Over to Shaw at first base. 1 down as Noriega, the designated hitter, grounds out 5-3. That'll bring up the 9-hitter, Javier Bethencourt, the shortstop, number 7. Javier will bat from the right side. He's a 235 hitter. Bethencourt. First pitch to him up high. 233 hitter, 3 home runs, 26 RBIs on the year. Genomes lead it 2-0 with a pair in the bottom of the second. That pitch in there for a strike, and Bethencourt knew it. He stepped out shaking his head, knew he should have gone after that one. And the pitch by Kellogg. Again, Kellogg doing a nice job working that inside part of the plate to right-handed hitters today. The pitch. That misses upstairs and outside, and the count's all even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, there's 1 out. The pitch. That's lifted in the air high, and it looks like the right fielder and the center fielder come together. Perez calls off Paredes and makes the play. So fly out to 8 for the second out of the inning. We go to the top of the lineup, and Antoni Duplantis will step in. He struck out to lead off the game back in the top of the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 in the contest. Dropped his average down to 291 a little bit. That pitch misses. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Kellogg delivers a bouncer toward first, foul, but a nice job by Shaw to get over and make a play on it. Kellogg, 2 outs in the inning. He's thrown 7 pitches thus far. The pitch. That misses. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. A pitch. That's hit in the air. Straight up. Backing up is the shortstop Melbauer, and he'll squeeze it, and that'll retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Kellogg. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The Genomes lead it 2-0 over the FerryHawks. Here we go, bottom of the third inning. We'll go to the top of the lineup for the Genomes. It'll be Luke Becker to lead things off, and he takes a swing at a fastball and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Becker struck out swinging back in the first inning to lead off the Genomes half of the inning. That pitch misses outside, evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Salter in his third inning of work right now. He's two balls and 1 strike count here. He's thrown 30 pitches thus far in the game. The pitch, bouncer towards the second baseman. Up with it is Herrera over to first. One down. Ground out 4-3 if you're scoring along with us. And that'll bring up Chris Shaw, the first baseman, number 34. So Shaw steps out, takes a couple of warm-up swings. He is a big man. 15 home runs, 56 RBIs. And the pitch, and that's down low. Shaw's 16 doubles on the year. A lot of those off the wall type of doubles. He's walked 75 times. Here's the pitch. That's laced foul down the third base line. Hits the back of where the old bullpen used to be down there and comes right back toward home plate. That's a minor construction thing that could be done to angle that a little bit. That would keep that ball from staying over there in foul territory. That's really the only flat spot down there. The rest of it angles out toward left field, unless you're talking about the gate down there. There's a shot. That's going to be foul and out of play on the left side. Kids out there running, trying to come up with a souvenir. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count with 1 out. The pitch misses outside, ball 4. So nice job by Shaw, drawing his 76th base on balls this year. Chris Davis, the designated hitter, will step in. He flew out to center field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 in the contest. Salter throwing 6 pitches to Chris Shaw, running that number up a little bit. First pitch here misses for a ball. There's that center field camera shot again. The pitch. Tried to go for the corner. Nice job of framing it in there by O'Connor, but home plate umpire Darnell Ray said, nope, didn't get there. You got Ray behind home plate, Lyle Travis, the first base umpire, and Derek Whitfield. He's out there at second base right now. He moves between second and third. Little tapper picked up by the Genomes third base coach and thrown back into the dugout. That will go into the batting practice bag for tomorrow's game. Same 2 teams at it tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. Get your tickets now. Going to be another good one. The pitch. Foul ball hits the backstop and over toward the FerryHawks dugout. Chris Shaw at first base after the walk. Davis, a .302 hitter on the season, so would love to get a little bingo right here in this situation. Salter's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Foul tip caught by O'Connor. I was talking with Hugh Davis there during the break about O'Connor, who hasn't pitched since 2019, and the way he has played this position as the FerryHawks became shorthanded, I'd keep him right where he's at. He's doing a fine job behind the plate as well as on offense. So that's the second strikeout in the game for Matt Salter. The pitch in there to Jimmy Paredes. And that's a strike. No balls and one strike. 2 down. Paredes lined out to the left fielder on a very nice play by Duplantis out there. Here's a shot. I mean, he got all of that one, but it's going to be a foul ball. Give that 30 yards to the left, and he'd be trotting around the bases. He caught every bit of that baseball. No balls, 2 strikes. Salter, the pitch to Paredes. That ball bounces in the rug, and a nice stop there by O'Connor. I'd say O'Connor is doing a real good audition job for that catcher's position on this team. Comes in and when they need him, and man, he's been getting the job done. Little bouncer, foul. That goes into the FerryHawks dugout. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. I like the old style lettering on the Staten Island jerseys there as you get a good look at Matt Salter, the number 3 in ERA in the Atlantic League. Here's a ball. That's hit well. That's hit high. That's hit deep. And that's going to be off the wall in center field. That's going to get a run in. And holding up at second base is Jimmy Paredes. And your Genomes lead it 3-0. So Paredes with a RBI double off the wall in right center field. And the Wild Health Genomes up 3-0 here. That'll bring up the left fielder, Felix P.A., number 12. Paredes out at second. And he hit that 1 ball foul so hard, I thought, man, if he could get one fair. Here's one. That's hit up in the air, but it's popped up toward center field. And camping underneath it out there is Monhay, and he hauls it in. That'll retire the side. So PA with a fly out to 8 to end the inning. But in the inning, the Genomes with another run on a total of 1 hit, and they had 1 runner left on base. So we head to the top of the 4th inning with the score: the Wild Health Genomes 3, the Staten Island FerryHawks 0. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We're ready to go here as Ryan Kellogg toes the rubber out there for the Genomes. And first pitch of the top of the 4th inning misses, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Pitch That's hit straight up in the air like a sand wedge down the right side, and coming over is the second baseman, Becker, and he calls off Shaw there at first, who had a little different angle, and there's one down. So pop foul to 4 for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Dilson Herrera. Dilson, a double that he earned by hustle back in the first inning, had an easy single, and he come charging to first. His first base coach gave him the green light, and I mean to tell you, he hustled out there and easily made it a double at second base, but he was stranded there. So first pitch to Herrera, who's 1 for 1 in the contest and has one of the 2 hits. O'Connor has the other one. The pitch misses inside, and the count now 2 balls, no strikes. Herrera, 247 hitter, as we said earlier. Kellogg's pitch, that misses. No, catches the outside corner. Rye with a little framing action behind the plate there to help that pitch out a little bit. There's a pitch. It's going to miss inside. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch misses outside, ball 4. First walk given up in the game by Ryan Kellogg. So down to first base goes Herrera, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Rusney Castillo. Rusney Castillo, the third baseman, flew out to center field as Perez made a good play on it out there for the Genomes. He's 0 for 1 in the contest. Herrera will lead off of first base. Glad you're with us on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Wish you were here. It's one of those wish you were here games. Good game, too. The pitch. Little bouncer out toward the shortstop. He'll glove it. Flip it to second. 1 over to first. Not in time. So they get the force at second on Herrera. Nice job there by the shortstop, Melbauer. He was able to barehand it and flip it to Becker at second base. So the put out goes 6-4 for the second out of the inning. And Castillo will be credited with a fielder's choice as he reaches first base. So you got a runner on first with 2 outs now. And here comes the dangerous catcher, Justin O'Connor. Singled last time up and then got doubled off of first as Cespedes hit a sharp line drive right back at Kellogg, who made a great play. Had the glove save and able to throw to first for the double play. That pitch misses outside for a ball, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Castillo, you see him over there getting those gloves fixed. He's ready to go now, being held on by Shaw. Kellogg, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Justin O'Connor looking to hit one down to Georgetown. He put everything into that swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Kellogg's pitch. Ooh, breaking pitch, and he nailed him. I mean, you could see that sail in there, came down right in the strike zone, and a great strikeout there. That is strikeout number 4, I believe, for Kellogg. And it's looking. So that'll be it for the 4th inning. In the inning, there were no runs, and there was no hits, and you had a runner left on base. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the score 3-0 in favor of your Wild Health Genomes. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Glad you're with us here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. The Genomes playing host to the Staten Island FerryHawks this afternoon. Game 2 of a 3-game series. FerryHawks going away with a win last night. A game that took 4 hours and 5 minutes to complete. So here we go. First pitch hitting is Austin Ray, and he singles his second hit into left field. So he is 2 for 2 in this one with a run scored. And that middle of the lineup there, Pierre, Ray, and Perez have done some damage in this one. Facing one of the best pitchers in the league, Matt Salter. Ryan Kellogg getting his nomination in for one of the better pitchers in the league with the game he's pitching today. He's allowed only 2 hits through 4 innings, no runs. Salter the pitch, that misses outside for a ball. Yuri Perez wearing the 00 today with the black jersey. And home plate umpire Darnell Ray caught something in the eye there. He gets that taken care of, and he's ready to go again. If you're watching this, you can see the strike zone, and just a fantastic way to take a look at it. Little bouncer, that's going to stay fair and will be an infield single for Yuri Perez, his second hit of the game. So 4 of the 5 hits have come from Ray and Perez. Rye, the catcher for, what did I say, Ray? Rye, the catcher for the Genomes. He's out at second base. And Perez will be at first. So I bring up Gavin Johns, the third baseman. Gavin lined out sharply to third base. Last time up, he's 0 for 1. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. 279 hitter is Johns. Hadn't hit a dinger yet this year, but he's got 16 RBIs and a chance to add to that with Austin Rye standing on second base. Nobody out in this inning. First 2 runners on the pitch. That misses outside, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Some people call it small ball when you don't hit a lot of home runs. Well, you can score a lot more runs in small ball than you can hitting a solo shot here and there. The pitch, that's hit pretty well to center field. Gauging it well out there is Monhay, and he's able to haul it in and get it back to the infield in a hurry. Nobody advances, so there's 1 out on the fly out to 8. That'll be the shortstop, Clayton Melbauer, number 3, to step in. He bounced one back to the pitcher, Salter, who had no problem flipping it over to Cespedes at first base. Wind not real bad today, picked up a little bit since the start of the game, but gentle breeze. It's a gentle breeze out there at Wild Health Field. First pitch misses, ball 1. Salter from the stretch looks back at second, and the pitch. That misses low and outside, and Salter nibbling really at the plate right now. He's missed several pitches on the outside part there as he's trying to catch the black on either side of the plate to pick up those strikes. 2-0 pitch on the way. That's in there with a solid strike. Nice job. Salter pitch is mounting up on him now. He's right at 58 pitches in the game thus far. The 2-1 pitch. That's down low, and the count will go 3-1. So Rye at second base, Perez at first base, and Melbauer at the plate. With the count 3 balls and 1 strike, there's 1 out. Salter the pitch. That right there on the outside part of the plate, but not over the plate, and that'll be ball 4, and that'll load the bases. So Melbauer down to first base. Over to second goes Perez. And Rye now at third with 1 out. On the base on balls issued by Matt Salter, his second of the game. He's allowed a couple of hits and 2 bases on balls now, and the bases loaded with Genomes. Leadoff man Luke Becker takes a cut at the first pitch, strike 1. Becker, 295 hitter. He grounded out to the second baseman Herrera last time up, and then he struck out swinging in the first. 0 for 2. There he swings at that one and misses. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes to the Genome second baseman. A little more puffiness in the clouds right now here at Wild Health Field as Salter delivers, and strike 3 is swinging through it is Becker, and that is the 3rd strikeout in the game for Salter. That is the 2nd time he struck out Becker. So 2 down now, and Chris Shaw with an opportunity here. He walked his last time up, came around and scored on the double by Paredes. So he scored a run, and he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning. First pitch hit straight up in the air, out toward left field. Backing up a little bit is Duplantis. He'll make the squeeze, and that'll retire the side. So knocking on the door, but couldn't kick it in that time, were the Genomes. In the inning, there were no runs. There was a total of 2 hits in the inning, and there were a total of 3 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Genomes 3, the FerryHawks nothing. We got the freight train headed to Chicago here this afternoon. We're already in the top of the 5th inning. We've been at it about an hour? First pitch from Kellogg. That misses inside for a ball. Chris Cespedes, the first baseman, will step in. He lined out to the pitcher his last time. It ended up being a double play as they were able to double off O'Connor at first base after he had singled. So now Cespedes a chance to regroup here. One thing I learned a long time ago when I was in school is that when you have ink that's not water soluble or doesn't get dry, that water will make it bleed. And there's a ball thrown deep into the seats, bounces back out, but it's going to be second base for Cespedes, and there's going to be an error on that play. So down the second goes Cespedes. E5. So first error of the game. Going to be charged to Johns at third base as he threw that one over the head into the about 4 or 5 rows deep in the bleachers. There's a breaking ball, catches the outside corner, and Kellogg has been pretty successful with that today. What he'll do is throw that, comes in there at a slow speed like 67. Now he'll back up and throw a heater, and that one's laced into center field. Backing up out there and making the play is Perez, and tagging and easily into third base is Chris Cespedes. So with one out on the fly out to center field, the FerryHawks have a runner in scoring position. The designated hitter, Andres Noriega, will step in. He's grounded out to third base, 0 for 1 in the contest. There's a good look at him. I'm digging on that hat that fan is wearing behind him there. That looks good. That'd be a good one to wear to the beach. Keep that sun out of your eyes. Kellogg, the pitch. Little grounder. Kellogg gets it, long throw, and they get him. They tagged him and got him. Nice play over there by Shaw. Had to pull his foot off the base to make the grab. Let's see if we can see it. Bouncer. Shaw up. Tags him as he comes down. So ground out 1 to 3. 2 down in the inning, and remaining at third base is Chris Cespedes, and Kellogg helping himself right there with a fielding gem. Here's the pitch. That stays upstairs, ball 1. Javier Bethencourt, the shortstop, in. He flew out to Perez in center field back in the third inning. Here's a ball hit right to the third baseman. Johns up with it over to first. They get him, and they get out of the inning without any damage done. So a ground out, 5 to 3, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error on Johns, the third baseman, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. With the score remaining, your Wild Health Genomes 3, the Staten Island FerryHawks nothing. All right, here come the Genomes back to the plate. It'll be Chris Davis batting in the 3 spot to lead things off here, as the Genomes will bat 3, 4, and 5. Salter's first pitch right down the pipe for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to count to Davis, who, after going 0 for 2 in the game thus far, he's down to an even 300 on the season. 14 homers, 36 RBIs. That pitch hit straight up in the air, pretty deep to right field. Tracking it over there, though, is the center fielder, Monhay, and he'll make the grab, 1 down. So for the second time, Davis has flown out to center field. That'll bring up Jimmy Paredes, batting in the 4 spot today, playing right field, wearing number 25. The left-handed hitter steps in, gets himself set in the box, and he's ready to go here. Nobody on base. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Genomes with a 3-0 lead. And that pitch inside a bit. Paredes has to kind of set down to get out of the way of that one. 280 hitter, 14 homers, 54 RBIs. Whiffs at that one. Is nice pitch by Salter. Took quite a bit off of that one. 79 mile an hour. Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. And nice job back there by O'Connor, calling a good game with Matt Salter here for the FerryHawks. The pitch, that's laced, foul down the first base line. That'll go all the way out and ricochet around that corner out there. And there's a guy up in the Pepsi party deck, and he'll get a souvenir baseball. Looks like he's up there by himself, just sitting up there. Has a glove, so pretty easy for Batista to flip the ball up to him. That pitch in there low. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wild Health Genomes on top, 3-0. That pitch way inside. And the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Salter looking at pitch number 71 of the game right here. And that's low and inside, ball 4. And down to first base trots Jimmy Paredes as Salter issues his 3rd base on balls of the game. Here comes the left fielder, Felix P.A., number 12. Felix with a single back in the 2nd inning to get the party started, followed by a double by Austin Rye, and then Yuri Perez knocked both of them in with a single. Here's a shot right at the center fielder, and he had been anywhere else but where he was. That might have gone all the way to the wall. That was hit well, but as it stands, a line out to center. 2 down now, and Paredes back to first base, and that'll bring up Austin Rye, Mr. 2 for 2, double, run scored, single in the 4th. 2 for 2, and he's raised his batting average a few points in the process. So Paredes off of first. Salter, the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. Salter taking his time right now. He's got 2 out. 1-0 pitch. On the way from Salter. That one's in there for a strike. Catches the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to count with 2 out. Rye, a .246 hitter, 7 home runs, 42 RBIs, and a couple of hits and a run scored in this one. That misses outside, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, the wind kind of letting up a little bit now, laying down a bit out, and the flags in center field aren't moving. The one in right field is, as that pitch comes in there and misses. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Salter a pitch away from issuing his 4th walk of the game. He's already got a walk victim down at first base. The pitch fouled off, and that'll go back to the screen. Ride turns around and asks home plate umpire Darnell Ray if that was a strike. And now we got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 out. More than likely going to see Paredes take off on the pitch here. And there he goes. The pitch, swing and a miss, got him. So Rye strikes out swinging. That'll be the 4th strikeout in the game for Matt Salter. In the inning, no runs, no hits, had a runner left on base. We head to the top of the 6th inning, and our score remains the Genomes 3, the FerryHawks nothing. All right, here we go. Kellogg back on the bump here in the top of the 6th inning. He's having a whale of a game out there, only allowed 2 hits thus far in this contest. A hustle double by Herrera in the 1st inning, and then a leadoff single by O'Connor, who turned around and got doubled off of first on a line drive. So no damage at all. And he's struck out 4 in the game thus far. I thought he had walked a batter. He did. He walked a batter in the 4th inning. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Here's a little bouncer towards second base. Up with it is Becker to first and got him. So Duplantis grounds out to start off the 6th inning. 4-3, 1 down. That brings up Joseph Mohey. Joseph struck out looking back in the first inning, and then he popped out in foul territory to Becker. So he's 0 for 2. The pitch from Kellogg smoked one right down the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Kellogg again, same spot, no balls and 2 strikes. Mohey kind of looking back like, what? Here's the pitch. That's fouled off. Hits the wiring and goes up over the roof. They have cables holding the cable that holds the netting behind home plate up out there. Like the one Sunday that hit and then hit up to my right about 6 feet up on the window and bounced back down into the seats. If it had been 4 inches to the left, I'd have had a souvenir baseball. And they check him to see if he went. They say no. First base umpire Lyle Travis with a safe sign down at first base. Beautiful field here at Wild Health Field. You need to get out here and check it out before we run out of time this season. Here's a fly ball hit well in the gap and running it down out there. Did he get to it? No. It went off the wall. Thought he got to it, but he didn't, and the ball comes in, and they're going to hold the runner at third base. So Mohey with a triple. Great effort out there by Perez. He don't know if he got his glove on the ball or not, but he was in a dead run trying to get to it. I thought he'd gotten to it, but he quickly reversed his field and got back to the ball at the base of the wall. So a triple is the 3rd hit in the game for the FerryHawks, and Mohey with 1 out will be at third base. Herrera steps in now. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. The pitch, that's laced foul over to the right side. That bounces off one of the suite doors down near the end of the covered stadium area. Here's the pitch. That foul ball hit somebody on the head. It looked like it probably went off a Rise helmet and bounced straight up in the air and then back to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Runner at third is Mohey after the triple. The pitch, that's hit straight up in the air. And it looks like Melbauer tracking it, but Becker's going to come up there with it and acts like he's going to throw to third base, and Mohey will go back to third. There's 2 out now after the pop out to 4. 2 down. So second time in consecutive innings that the FerryHawks have had a runner on third base with less than 2 out. Cespedes was at third after he moved from second to third on a fly out and was stranded right there. Here's a ball lifted foul to the right side. That's going to stay in the stadium and bounce around a little bit. Looks like it's going to stay up there in about row, 13? Yep. They call those easy souvenirs. Here's a ground ball foul down the left side, and that'll bounce around and head out into left field. PA comes over and gloves it, and he'll flip it back to the bullpen area. Rusney Castillo in, the little bouncer. Going to be gloved by Johns to throw to first, and they'll have to tag him, and he got him. So 5-3 on the ground out. Tag there by Shaw, and again, the FerryHawks can't push a run across after having a runner on first with one out. No runs, one hit, one runner left on base, and we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, and the score remains your Genomes 3, the FerryHawks nothing. Well, we've got to see two good pitching performances this afternoon here at Wild Health Field for the FerryHawks. Matt Salter with a very respectable outing this afternoon, and he's still in there, going to pitch the bottom of the sixth inning here against the Genomes. And for the Genomes, Ryan Kellogg has a three-hitter going this afternoon here, and he'll be ready to go in the top of the seventh inning. So not a lot of bullpen action today. It's just straight baseball here with two good pitchers. Yuri Perez steps in. He's a couple of hits in this one. And there's a ball hit pretty well out to center field, but making the play out there will be Monhay, and there's one down. Fly out to 8, and that'll bring up Gavin Johns, the third baseman. Gavin is lined out to the third baseman. He's flown out to Monhay in center field, so he's 0 for 2 in the contest. Johns, the second batter up here in the sixth, with the shortstop Clayton Melbauer in the on-deck area. Salter's pitch, laced foul down the left side, and a gentleman with his fishing net unable to come up with that one. And they're not going to throw it to him. You bring a net, you got to catch it, buddy. Here's a pitch, misses outside for a ball, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Gavin Johns, number 4, the third baseman in there, with a .277 batting average. That ball misses outside. Salter is not missing much. You can see it from the center field camp. It's not that far off the plate area, but you got to get it across the plate. The pitch. And he does it again, same spot, misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. Glad you're with us here. Salter now with 86 pitches in the contest. The pitch, that's fouled off, was headed this way, but the netting prevented it from getting on up here. The pitch. That's hit foul over to the right side, and that's going to be up on the roof. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Genomes lead it 3-0. Here's the pitch. That's hit well right up the middle, base hit. So Johns with a single to center, and that'll bring up Clayton Melbauer, the shortstop. Melbauer walked his last time up, but was stranded there as Becker struck out and Shaw flew out. Salter at the 88 pitch mark now here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out. Runner at first base. The pitch. Runner's going. Throw down to second. Almost threw it into right center field, but a nice job out there by Herrera to go upstairs to pull that one down and prevent a runner at third base situation. So stolen base for Gavin Johns. He's in scoring position now for Clayton Melbauer, who looks at a 1-ball, no strike count. The pitch, swing and a miss. Melbauer can't make contact on that one, and the count evens up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johns at second base. Salter on the mound, looks back at him, and he'll bring it to the plate. That's low and in the rug. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike. I have to send somebody down there and ask that gentleman if he'd sell that hat. I like that hat. It's got a drawstring on it. That's set right on my head. Little bouncer to the shortstop. Lets the ball play him. Long throw, and he's safe. Base hit as Melbauer legs it out. Bethencourt let the ball play him instead of charging it on that one, and it was not the way to go that time as Melbauer's got some wheels. Over to third base goes Gavin Johns on the single. So another hit, the 8th of the game for the Genomes, and they've got runners at first and third with 1 out. And back to the top of the lineup for Becker, and the runner going to second. He'll be safe. Stolen base. So 2 stolen bases in this inning. Becker, runners now at second and third. Big opportunity for a couple RBIs. Pitch, little something off of it. Salter floats one in there, 81 mile an hour, misses outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. That's right there on that outside corner. He's had a little better luck working that, I call it the right-handed batter's inside corner. He's worked that well this afternoon, but he's been off the outside of the plate. There's a swing and a miss. O'Connor hangs on to it, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luke Becker, 294 hitter. 0 for 3 in this one. Needs a hit here. The pitch. That misses inside. Nice block by O'Connor to keep it from going any further. And the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Going to be interesting to see what the Genomes decide to do here. The pitch. Little bouncer foul out of play. Matt Salter getting near the 100 pitch mark. Here's the windup and the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. And down goes Becker for the third time in the game. He's got Becker 3 times via the strikeout. Becker becomes strikeout victim number 4 there. So he's strikeout victim 1, 3, and 4 on the afternoon for Matt Salter. And now we've got a conference on the mound here with runners at second and third and 2 down. And they're talking with him out there to see how he's doing. He's right at 100 pitches after that strikeout pitch. So he's going to stay in the ball game. Darnell Ray watching the conference, and they count it as 1 visit. So here we go. Chris Shaw steps in now, and Chris is going to get the automatic pass. So he'll go down to base and was on the intentional walk. So that'll bring up Chris Davis with the bases loaded here. The designated hitter hasn't got a hit today. He's flown out twice to center, and he struck out. And hits this one straight up in the air in the infield. Shading his eyes is Bethencourt, and he'll make the play. So Castillo coming away with that put out on the pop to 5. In the inning, there were no runs. There were a pair of hits by the Genomes and a total of 3 runners left on base. They've left 9 on base in this one through 6 innings. We head to the top of the 7th inning. The score remains 3-0 in favor of the Genomes. All right, here we go. Top of the 7th inning, and it'll be for the Staten Island FerryHawks. It'll be Justin O'Connor, and he hits the first pitch, bouncing ball to third base, over to first, 1 down. 1 pitch, 1 out, ground out, 5-3. Now to bring up Chris Cespedes, the first baseman. he had a two-base error where he reached second on the throw by Johns back in the 5th inning. And then he lined out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 2. This is a base hit to left field, and that may go to the wall. It does. He's rounding, going to go towards second base. The throw comes in, but not in time and off the mark. So Cespedes with a double. That is the 4th hit of the game for the FerryHawks. That is the I thought we had another double. We did, the hustle double by Herrera back in the 1st inning. So 2nd double, a single, 2 doubles, and a triple by the FerryHawks this afternoon against a very good Ryan Kellogg, who's on his stuff here, but he's got a runner, Cespedes, at second base. There's a floater thrown in there. I hope that guy catches one with his net. Unable to grab that one, and he'll have to pull the net back in. That pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to count with 1 out. Kellogg in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch. That ball's lifted in the air to the right side, and that'll be out of bounds into the stands on the right, out of play. Good hustle over there by Shaw. He was tracking it all the way, and he'll flip it in to a lucky fan there in the 2nd row of the seats. It's one thing I want to do when I'm off this year is I want to come up and to a night game on the weekend and sit down in the 1st or 2nd row down there just to enjoy it. Ball gets away, no advancement as Rye able to pounce on it quickly. Chris Cespedes at second base after the double for the FerryHawks. And Mario Batista, the right fielder, in there. 1 ball and 2 strike count. Kellogg looks back now, the pitch. Got him with a fastball, let her high. And Batista can't believe it. Strikeout number 5 of the game for Ryan Kellogg. So 2 down now, and the runner remains at second base, Chris Cespedes, and the batter will be Andres Noriega, the designated hitter, number 17. First pitch in there for a strike. So Batista strikes out for the 2nd time in the game. He's 2 of the 5 strikeout victims for Kellogg. Here's a ball slapped foul into the seats over to the right side. Lady over to pick that one up pretty easily. Here's the pitch. That's laced a little further down. That goes into the mattress overstock area there. Hope nobody got hit. You get in there like that and you can't see what's going on out on the field, man. That was a rifle shot down there, but apparently everybody okay down in that area. No balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch from Kellogg. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that's the 6th strikeout of the game for Kellogg. And that retires the side in the inning. No runs. There was 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it'll be the Genomes coming to bat with a 3-0 lead. Ground ball to second base. Up with it, easy throw. Over to Cespedes, and there's one out. Got a new pitcher in as PA steps into bat. One down in the bottom of the seventh inning as Felix PA, the left fielder, will check in, and he hits this one sharply to Cespedes at first base. He'll step on the bag, 2 down. So Kuja on the mound for the FerryHawks. In relief of Matt Salter, who had a good game here this afternoon. Kuja looks inside, throws, curveball, got it in there. As Austin Rye, the catcher, steps in. He's 2 for 3 in the contest and a run scored on the day. That's in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, the count. And here's the pitch. And that misses low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's 2 out. Paredes grounded out to second, and PA grounded out to first unassisted. The pitch, that's lifted foul. Hits the fascia on the roof area and bounces back down into the box seats. I like that word, fascia. Kuja on the mound. The pitch misses outside for a ball. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's a 3-0 ball game in favor of your Wild Health Genomes. The pitch. Little bouncer over the pitcher's head. Coming with it quickly. The throw, they won't get him. Nice try by Herrera out there at second base, but couldn't get the job done. Just too tough of a play. Big high hopper went over the head of Kuja on the mound. And base hit for Austin Rye, who is now 3 for 4 in the contest. And Yuri Perez will step in. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the ball game. He's got 2 of the 3 RBIs. Paredes has the other one. So Kuja, the pitch, and breaking ball, misses, ball 1. Perez singled, 2-run single back in the first at bat in the 2nd inning, and then he singled in the 4th inning. Looks at that one, that's a strike, catches the outside part of the plate. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 out. Perez batting .370 after this 2 for 3 start to this game. There's a ball hit well to right field. That's going to get down and a base hit. So his 3rd hit of the game, runner going to 3rd all the way. He'll slide in there safe. And the Genomes got it going again with 2 out. So a single to right field for Perez, his 3rd hit of the game. He's 3 for 4 now. And then he gets Rye all the way over to third base. And that'll bring up Gavin Johns. Johns singled last time up. Let's see if he's got another one in him here. He's got a runner at third base. Johns hitting .282 now after the single last time up. Kuzia looks at third base. Long look, still looking over there. And finally, Johns has seen enough. He'll step out of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. That's laced pretty well, but foul down the right side. Out of play. Joe Kuzia, 28-year-old, 4.13 ERA coming in. That misses inside, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. I didn't see the roster, and I was way off on the spelling of his name. Kuzia. Doesn't get any simpler than that. I got a Y, an H, all kinds of things in there. Gavin Johns looks out toward Kuzia on the mound. The pitch, and that's going to be low. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So Joe Kuzia in relief of Matt Salter. Kuzia been in 42 games this season. The pitch. That's hit right side. Fair ball. Into the corner. That's going to score at least 1 run. Ball rattles around a little bit, and they're going to hold the runners up at second and third. So good hustle out there by Batista, able to go get it and prevent the runner from first from scoring, but it'll be a double for Gavin Johns and an RBI. And it's a 4-0 ball game. So first to third goes Perez, and down at second is Gavin Johns, and Melbauer comes in. Runners at second and third, and the Genomes scoring with 2 down. This all started with 2 out. The pitch misses outside for a ball. Paredes grounded out to second, and then PA grounded out to first unassisted. But then Rye came up and singled. Perez followed him with a single, and then Johns double. The pitch. That's upstairs, but not too high. Strike, letter high, fastball, outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike's the count. Melbauer walked, singled, and grounded out to the pitcher. So he's officially 1 for 2 in the contest. Here's the wind. And the 1-1. Misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Melbauer, the 9-hitter. We'd go back to the top of the order, and Luke Becker. Here's the pitch. That's hit well. Center field, but tracking over to make the play is Monhay, and that'll retire the side. But in the inning, another run on a total of 3 hits back to back to back, and there were 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the 8th inning with the score, your Wild Health Genomes 4 and the Staten Island FerryHawks nothing. All right, welcome back to Wild Health Field. Leading off is going to be the shortstop, Samir Dueñez. Samir came in defensively in the last half inning. And so he'll be batting here in the 9 spot to lead off the 8th inning for the Staten Island FerryHawks. Then it'll be back to the top of the order and Duplantis, unless they make another change. So Dueñez ready to go here in the top of the 8th. And a new pitcher in for the Genomes is number 17, Jack Weinberger. So Weinberger in. Jack has appeared in his 38th game today. Comes in with a record of 2-3 on the year. He's got 4 saves. He's finished 12 games for the Genomes this year, and with a couple innings to go, if the Genomes can hold the lead, may finish this one. Here's a little ground ball to Becker at second base. The throw to first, and they get him one down. Ground out 4-3. We head to the top of the order, and that'll bring up Antoni Duplantis. Duplantis 0 for 3 in the contest. Looking back at Weinberger, he's got a 3.95 ERA, which isn't half bad. He's allowed 27 runs. Only 19 of them were earned. And Weinberger's pitched in 43 1/3 innings this season. He's walked 12 batters and struck out 40 batters this year. So here's the 1-0 pitch from Weinberger, and that's a swing and a miss, as Duplantis can't catch up with it. So Weinberger in relief of Ryan Kellogg, who threw a gem this afternoon, a 4-hitter shutout through 7 innings. The pitch, swing and a miss, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weinberger about 92 mile an hour on that last fastball, so bringing the heat right now in a relief role here for the Genomes. Genomes 1/2 game out of catching that wild card spot that would put them in the playoffs. That pitch misses way outside. Rye able to corral it, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So very important every game for the Genomes from here on out, and they'll do what they need to do to try to win as many of them as they can. First year of existence for the Genomes, and wouldn't they love to be in the Atlantic League playoffs here come the end of the season. Here's a ball, and that's looped into left field, a base hit. So battling, and Duplantis finally finds a ball he can hit into left field, so he's on with his first hit of the game. Joseph Mohey will step in. He's 1 for 3 in the contest, tripled his last time up. He didn't stop running, folks. He earned every step of that triple. Hustled his way around the bases. The pitch, swing and a miss. So Mohey got a runner on first base. There's 1 out. No balls and 1 strike to count. Jack Weinberger, the pitch. That's inside, and they say he tried to bunt it, and now no balls and 2 strikes is the count on the scoreboard, and few shouts from the dugout over on the FerryHawks side. And stepping off the rubber, looking back at first base, is Weinberger. He'll step back in. Mo Hayes steps in at the plate. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've completed our second hour of this contest in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. That's hit straight up in the air. I mean, way up in the air, out near second base. Coming over to make the play on it is Becker, and there are 2 down now on the pop to 4. That'll bring up Dilson Herrera, the second baseman. Dilson is 1 for 2. He doubled in the first inning, hustled his way to a double. He walked in the 4th, and then he popped out to the second baseman back in the 6th inning. So he's officially 1 for 2 in the contest. 4 runs, 11 hits for the Genomes. They've committed an error. That first pitch in there for a strike. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the FerryHawks. So Weinberger backing up Kellogg in this one, and the Genomes looking for their first win of this series. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And swinging way out of the batter's box goes Herrera. He trails in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. So Weinberger looking to try to put an end to this 8th inning right here with 1 pitch. Duplantis off of first. Weinberger's going to step back off the rubber now. And he'll step back on and get ready to go again. .6'5", 220, the pitch. That's a bouncer toward the shortstop. He comes up with it, flips it to second, and they get him. That'll retire the side on the fielder's choice by Herrera. The put out down there, 6-4 for the 3rd out of the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th with the score. Your Genomes 4, the FerryHawks nothing. It's Vincenzo Aiello in the pitch for the FerryHawks of Staten Island. So here we go. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning now as the Genomes will come to the plate, see if they can't add anything more to this. Here's the pitch. There's a ball fouled off left side into the stands. Bounces around a little bit. There's a good look at Aiello. Big tall guy. The pitch. That's low. And O'Connor, ball got through his legs, went all the way to the backstop, bounced right straight back between his legs and made it easy. The pitch in there for a strike, and down goes Becker. Becker, it's his 4th strikeout of the game. So Becker 0 for 5, a ground out to second base and 4 strikeouts. So 1 down. First strikeout for Aiello in the pitch, and that ball's low and inside, ball 1. Glad you're with us this afternoon. A very beautiful day for baseball here. Very little wind. Just a bit to move the leaves a little bit. That's about it. That pitch low for a ball, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Genomes lead it 4-0. They got 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and then added 1 last inning in the 7th here. And they didn't start anything until 2 out. That ball down low and in the rug area, and that'll be 3 balls, no strikes now, the count. Vincenzo Aiello. The right-hander deals. Misses outside. Ball 4. Down to first base goes Chris Shaw. Third time he's walked in the game. That is the intentional walk last time up. He pitching walk back in the 3rd, so he's walked 3 times. And he had a fly out and a ground out. So he's 0 for 2 in the game with a run scored. Chris Davis will step in now. He's 0 for 4 in the contest. That first pitch misses outside, ball 1. So the Genomes in an opportunity here in the bottom of the 8th to add a little more insurance. They'd like to bundle some runs here in this inning. That pitch misses for a ball. 2-0. Davis, a .296 hitter. 14 dingers, 36 RBIs. He's got Shaw down at first base. There's 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And O'Connor with a good job of corralling that baseball behind the plate. Little bit of a lead there for Shaw at first base. Aiello's pitch is fouled off back toward us. And the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't care what they say, ice cold water tastes good on a 80-degree day, no matter how you serve it. On ice. Make sure it's ice cold though, right? That bounces to the plate. Nice block back there by O'Connor. And count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out. Chris Shaw at first base. Third time he's been walked in the game. And looking over is Aiello. And the pitch. That's hit pretty good. That's to the left side, and tracking back to make the play is Duplantis. And that'll be a fly out for the second out of the inning. So fly out to 7. 2 down. And Jimmy Paredes will step in. Jimmy doubled back in the third inning, has an RBI, and he lined out to left field. He's walked, and he grounded out to the second baseman in the 7th. So he's officially 1 for 3 in the contest. 2 down, the pitch. That's low for a ball. I love this pitcher's first name, Vincenzo. 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 Aiello. The pitch. Laced. Man, that thing was a rocket shot. I mean to tell you. Man. That got from here to there in less than a split second. Ends up back out on the field, just a little bit into fair territory there, but why? He can flat out hit that baseball now. That double was off the wall. Here's an opposite field shot. Long way to run, and foul ball. Was unable to get to it. Duplantis, he's sprinted out there a couple of times trying to make a good defensive play. Caught a line drive in fair territory that way earlier in the game, but that time could not get to the ball. Tried the slide to bring it in, but was unable to do so. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch. That's bounced to the first baseman. Easy play for Cespedes. He steps on the bag, and the side's retired. In the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base. We head to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for the FerryHawks here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. All right, here we go. Diarze Amengo will come in, and he will pitch for the Genomes here in the top of the 9th inning. How bad did I butcher that name?
We all do.
It's tough. And there's no phonetic spelling on that to help a poor announcer out here. The pitch. That misses upstairs, ball 1. Well, we know it's Almengo, and that's his last name, so we'll just call him Almengo here during this 9th inning. Rusney Castillo steps in for the FerryHawks. He's in there with a 1-1 count now. Rusney has flown out to left field. He hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out to third. 4th time to the plate, bounces this one right to the first baseman. He'll take it himself, 1 down. Ground out 3 unassisted as Shaw makes the nice defensive play. That'll bring up Justin O'Connor, the catcher. Singled back in the 2nd inning, struck out looking in the 4th, and grounded out to the 3rd baseman, Castillo. Back in the 7th inning. O'Connell, first pitch misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. That's inside, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. So Almengo in there to a pitch. There's the ball hit right side and out of play. Up over the roof on the right side. Now you got the lady with the fan in that shot there. I like that. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out, nobody on. Almengo in relief to try to shut the door here on the FerryHawks and preserve this 5-hit shutout for the Genomes. The pitch. That misses outside, and the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Genus Almigo, that pitch misses inside, and that's ball 4. And trotting down to first base is Justin O'Connor with the base on balls. 2nd time he's been on base in the game. 1 of the 5 hits for the FerryHawks. That brings up Chris Cespedes, the first baseman. He doubled last time up in the 7th. Had a 2, reached second on an error on the throw by Johns from third base, who threw it into the stands. And now a pinch runner coming in for the FerryHawks. Try to pick him up here as we can. Here's the pitch. That's lifted foul down the right side. That's going to go into the crowd down there, right in a populated area, and somebody grabbed that real quick. Didn't take long. So Cespedes, no balls, 2 strikes the count. Pinch runner on first base for the FerryHawks. The pitch, that's a little bouncer toward the 2nd baseman. He'll come up with it, dials the first, and got him. 2 down. Ground out 4-3 for Cespedes. 2 down, and last chance is Mario Batista, the right fielder. Got a runner on second base in scoring position. Pinch runner looks to be 10, Anthony Rodriguez. The pitch, bouncing ball foul down the left side, and that goes into the stands. And hustling back to second. So it is Rodriguez, number 10, the pinch runner, a pitcher for the FerryHawks. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Mario Batista. These two teams again tomorrow evening, 6:35 first pitch. Get your tickets at LexingtonLegends.com or come on out to the ballpark tomorrow night about an hour before game time and buy them at the gate. Plenty of good seats available. Going to be a good series finale between these two teams. The pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a good look at Almengo. The pitch. That misses inside, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Almengo looking to pick up a save, I believe, in this situation. Or at least a, what do they call it, a stop? The pitch. Misses inside and counts full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looking down the stats here for Almengo. There he is. I finally found him. This is his 9th game appearance. He's got a 1.23 ERA. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's your ball game. The final score in this one, the Wild Health Genomes win it by the score of 4-0. 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for the Genomes, who helped themselves in the wild card race with a big win today. For the FerryHawks, no runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Ryan Kellogg, the winning pitcher today, with a great game, 6 complete innings pitched, or 7 I should say, with a fantastic job on the mound, and then followed up by 2 relievers, Weinberger and Almengo. For the FerryHawks, Matt Salter took the loss. He was helped by Kuja and Iola on the bump. Again, the final score in this one, the Wild Health Genomes 4, the Staten Island FerryHawks nothing. Thanks for joining us today. Join us tomorrow night. Steve will be back with the play-by-play. First pitch, 6:35 p.m. between these two teams on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Have a great afternoon, everybody.